Hi friends, this is Bank Nifty 5 minutes chart on 11th November 2022. I'm going to draw some lines to identify what are the key market edges, who is the major player, sellers or buyers in this market, and how do we identify that context with the help of some line work. Before making any analysis, I would like to draw some lines and show you and leave it to your perception to check if which of these buyers from the specific zones I'm going to draw are going to dominate market. Okay. Firstly, I would like to draw a channel between the latest highs and lows. This is the channel upwards, and if I keep it, replicate it, and then keep it at the bottom, you can see that price here is respecting that line. Okay, and if I draw a modified pitchfork from the latest highs and lows in the downward vector, and if I remove the 0.5% line, you can see that both pitchfork and the orange frequency lines are matching at the latest vector that has closed the market towards upside. So this is a powerful bullish candle uh, that has emerged exactly at the point of very key intersection levels. Now, should we consider this as a move of buyers to go higher highs, dominating this high, or at least reaching this latest supply zone, or sellers going to dominate from this level tomorrow? So this is the first level analysis to see if buyers are going to dominate. This is the line work. Okay. Now I'm going to draw another set of lines which will give you entirely a different perception. Now I draw a horizontal line in the latest, if not the latest high, the next lowest high, and I also draw a pitchfork between the latest highs and lows. So observe this key area here. So this is the line, price line. The wick of that line is intersecting this outline of the pitchfork and also the high that was earlier created, and then creating a downward vector. So are the sellers in the zone going to dominate and then create lower lows, or maybe a heavy bearish momentum? So the question is, buyers at 42,100 or sellers at 42,235, who are going to win is a big question now. So this is the kind of scenario where big market players will leave you in total confusion. So who are going to win, it's not sure unless we look into volumes. If we look into volumes, okay, volume indicator is not here. Let me put up the volume indicator and then see how volumes are working now. Okay, so if I put up volume, okay, now we have volumes available here. Now as you can see, as prices going up from this point to this point, generally volumes are expected to increase. Okay, I'm going to draw some specific highs to see how these volumes are behaving at those specific highs. This is the first high created, and this is the second high, and this is the third high. Now we have three higher highs. Okay, and of course this is the other high, that is the high of the previous vector. I'm going to indicate that in a different color to make a clear distinction for you. Now when you see as generally when price increases, volumes also are supposed to increase. Let us look at that in major flow dimension and minor flow dimension. So when I say major flow dimension, if you look into the volumes from the higher highs, okay, so clearly volumes from this point to this point should generally increase, but whereas there is a a decrease in the volumes from the last two highs. Okay, it's coming from lows like this. Okay, so this is first divergence in terms of volumes. And if you look into volumes in terms of minor highs that is created in this upward vector, let us also look into them very keenly. Obviously this is the first high after this high. So if you draw a high, I'm going to remove this magnet to make things clear for you. So this is the latest high that you can assume to watch, because this is a vector that is dominating. Okay, and if you see volumes there, volumes from the latest highs are decreasing. I'm marking exactly at those highs where price has created. So that is first level of divergence in terms of volumes in the minor vector. Now if I extend the same thing to the next highs, okay, I'm just focusing on those highs that are created in the minor vector. It might not be clear to you unless I draw a vertical line, but to make things easy for you, I'm just indicating in terms of arrows. So another higher high created, whereas there is divergence in terms of volume. Now that is second degree divergence in terms of volume. Now let us also watch the same divergence in terms of the third latest high. So to do that, I'll draw the same highs in the last movement upward, this high to this high, okay, roughly. And in volume section you see that the two highs are creating a lower low. Okay, so this is both in minor dimension, which means minor flows in this latest vector from top to bottom, bottom to top, and the major dimensions from here, these two vectors and these two vectors, there is clear divergence of volume, which means this vector that is created from here to here is not the original vector, or you can assume that it is a manipulation vector, or it can assume that it doesn't have enough water in it, which is not supported by volumes. And look at the volumes when price is coming down. Okay, so when I draw a minor price vector from this low to this low, okay, instead of highs I will take lows now, because now it is in downward momentum. So this is this low to this low, okay, and how volumes are behaving here, let us watch very closely. Volumes have dramatically increased, okay, and volumes have dramatically increased, which means there is a lot of power in this downward vector than any of the vectors that we have seen in the upward direction so far. And also look at the volume when prices again coming from this downward move here. Okay, price is creating lower lows here, lower highs and lower lows, and look at the volumes here. Volumes are increasing. So what does this mean? This only means that the vector that is created here is actually a vector that is created in this high is actually a manipulation vector, which means this vector is specifically created to induce retail traders into this upward momentum, and then there is sudden fall of price. So which means sellers have manipulated this high, and now are coming down very aggressively. See, when price is again retesting that line, it is creating lower lows and that lower low vector, this last vector, has got no greater volumes confirming with its downward momentum. So this is a manipulative move by market makers to induce retail traders from this position to this position and then pulling back, which means sellers are now dominant in this market, and they are there's a great possibility for price to come down, because now it is the sellers or the market makers want to come down very aggressively. They may reach a point of latest supply zone, maybe this low, or at times, since they have created big manipulation, they may keenly be looking into coming and poking this low. There's a great possibility to come price to as low as this one, 49,915. And so tomorrow, which means next Monday, when bank Nifty market opens, there's a possibility of price coming down with a gap down, or if it opens at the same position, there's a greater possibility for price to come down very aggressively. So if you also confirm that with some line work in the major dimension, okay. Now let us see how price is behaving. Now if I draw a modified pitchfork in the latest vectors here, let me do that with the help of magnet to make things clear for you. Okay, this is the latest vector. Now if I shift this, it doesn't make sense as it is, but if I shift the frequency of this vector to the latest point touching here, this low, okay, you can see this low. Now price is almost touching that major high and then creating a lower lows. So which means the latest high at 42,345 is a exhaustion point of buyers, and now price is coming down. And we don't know how far it's going to come down, but for sure it's going to come down. So this is my analysis about Monday's market, guys. Hope you have liked the way we have analyzed price in terms of line work, in terms of context, in terms of price action, and I can add no more layers to support this context in using VWAP, using relative strength index divergence, and any other oscillators or indicators that may align to the context. So if you are interested to know how we analyze price in using various techniques, you can approach us, and we are glad to put you into one of our training courses. And I'm sure you will come out very triumphant in learning price action, and you can take more such trades with greater confidence. I can assure you of that. Thank you. See you in another video.